Hey guys, Mecha-san here. Okay, so yeah, Watch Mojo has actually been posting quite a few videos of interest. Can't react to all of them here, but well, this one with the thumbnail and everything really got me. It's the top 10 best Transformers video games. Now, High Noon Studios obviously gonna be the top. The thumbnail here had the Transformers PS2 game set in the Armada continuity of Transformers, and fond memories of that one. You only get to play as either Optimus, Hotshot, and Red Alert, the mini-cons and everything. Cool. Let's see, I think, oh boy, there's been a few. I am playing an iOS Transformers game, which, okay. Okay, nothing that great here. It's gotcha big time, so it's one of those things I play on and off. I recall the Beast Wars fighting game, which it had an interesting mechanic with having to manage either robot mode, vehicle mode, and beast mode. Where if you go in robot mode, you accumulate energon buildup. And the only way to restore your shieldings is to go to beast mode, whereas in vehicle mode, you're not affected by the energon buildup, but your shielding does not replenish. Yeah, there's quite a bit here. So, but top 10, of course, there was the video game tie-in games about the Michael Bay movies. And of course, and yeah, there is that, I completely forgot about this as well here, that Transformers game is coming out. God, I forgot what it was entirely, but the whole thing, we had humans repairing Bumblebee, it seems, and a resistance. The bunch of leaked footage came out of that game. It's ridiculous. Alright, let's take a look here. Beyond Reality. Oh, okay, a VR game. Yeah, there are a few of, that's the game I'm playing, actually, the Earth Wars.
Look at the 10 best Transformers video games.
I'm still need to unlock all the, I'm close to getting Computron. That's the only one bot left to get that combiner.
The robots in disguise have had a mixed bag when it comes to quality.
Oh, I'll say.
Developers deliver.
But yeah, like, obviously the High Noon Studio stuff is gonna be at the top.
Which game is your favorite? Did it make the list? Let us know.
Wow, so yeah,
before we begin,
Earth Wars is that game, just a bit of graphics.
Subscribe to Mojo Plays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Let's see.
Transformers Animated, the game.
Never played it. Yeah.
Transformers Animated.
It was a good series.
Best shows in the franchise with its unique art style and character designs. As for the video game, well,
a lot of people were turned off by it, by some of the animation, especially with the introduction of super villains. Professor Princess, we had some Green Arrow bad guy, and they formed a bunch of villains came together and formed a society of ultimate villainy. But yeah, look, they were B-level crooks, and even the show called them that, like. The head police chief even called them low-level crooks. But Megatron was pretty good here. I mean, he was just as a head. He was cunning.
Well, the game is surprisingly.
And yes, he once he was able to move and stuff like that, he just tried to kill Starscream. After he learned that he plotted all this. Oh, really? Dead by Daylight?
Good side-scrolling adventure on the DS, filled with fun puzzles.
So the studio that made this game eventually changed and became the studio that made Dead by Daylight.
And miles better than some of the other Transformers games that we were getting around.
Great, now I gotta play this game just for heck, just to see what it's like. Megatron.
Transformers Earth Wars.
Like I said, I'm playing that game. I'm still gonna unlock a combiner team.
Most of us wouldn't give the time of day to a mobile game. A pompous remark, yes, but have you seen the state of mobile gaming? I mean, you can't blame people for thinking that way.
Yeah.
Transformers Earth Wars paints a target on its own back by essentially being a clone of Clash of Clans, and yet it's fun?
really fun.
Fortify your own base, wage war with other players as either the Autobots or the Decepticons, and collect crystals to recruit other Transformers from across the franchise. Yes, it is a mobile game with microtransactions and action mechanics, but there really is a lot of fun to be had here between character interactions.
Yeah, there's some cool bios, some interactions. It's all like
players, seeing how creative others have gotten with their defenses. Honestly.
Yeah, and like the bio interaction, it's all very light novel-esque here. But, you know, it's fun to imagine.
I've been somewhat addicted to this game.
Me too, actually.
For a month or so. It's not as egregious as you might think.
Yeah, it ain't. I have not spent a single penny of real-world currency. I mean, they have these special events. I have to wait. I am not in an alliance, so I have to wait until the events come in that don't require that. But yeah, so I can easily acquire enough of the crystals and shards to get 10 rolls and get a higher chance of unlocking Transformers I don't have.
Transformers War for Cybertron.
Really? This is clearly a show that there's no particular order here. Because it should be much higher on the list.
There were plenty of reasons to be skeptical of War for Cybertron back when it was being marketed. It came at a time where shooters were trying to be like Gears of War and Halo, if not Call of Duty and Battlefield. Didn't help that it was weaseling in an online multiplayer component. To our surprise, War for Cybertron was one of 2010's coolest games. The multiple playable characters presented in each mission gave the campaign more replay value than most shooters at the time.
Oh yeah!
As for the multiplayer, players could customize their very own
it wasn't that bad
before jumping into the PvP or PvE modes. Those who owned the DS version even got 2 separate campaigns to play the story from both the Autobots and Decepticons.
DS version? Okay, now I gotta find me that copy.
Asked for from a Transformers game and more.
So now I gotta find my DS version. Great.
Transformers Beyond Reality.
I have never heard of this game. I mean, that was a VR. What, the MetaQuest?
Did anyone else notice a Transformers game came out last year?
No!
For some reason, Beyond Reality seemed to have no marketing and was just eked out onto the PlayStation VR.
PlayStation VR?
It's kind of cool.
So it's like what? VR or VR2?
Play through 6 challenging levels as you fight alongside the Autobots with your very own Cybertronian armor and weapons.
Okay, so I'm a human with a Cybertronian, like with the Apex armor or something like that. Shockwave.
Check this out.
So it's just regular VR1, all right.
Transformers Prime the game.
Prime the game?
While the console versions of this title were not too terrible, they weren't too decent either. Very middling. The 3DS version was the one worth playing, though.
The 3D? Great, gotta find me that game now. Yeah, Bulkhead.
Honestly, it's simply a fun game that doesn't expect too much from you and won't make
Ratchet.
The multiple playable characters in combat are enough for us to warrant a recommendation, if not the enticing offerings for multiplayer. We just wish that it wasn't stranded on a now dead handheld console. Rest in peace, 3DS.
Yeah.
Heck of a library.
Oh boy, yeah. Thunderwing. Oh, yeah, I think I recall this here, where the whole thing is Unicron has his own set of, like, heralds, you could say, his own version of the Primes. And I think a lot of them were Beast Wars characters.
Transformers Battlegrounds.
I think I downloaded this game but never played it. Oh yeah, there's also Transformers Devastation. I almost forgot about that game. Whew, that's a good game.
If you like tactics games like XCOM or the Mario plus Rabbids games, this is well worth your time. As the new commander of the Autobots, you must give orders so that Bumblebee and the crew can fend off the Decepticons from stealing the Allspark.
That's important. Okay, so it's an XCOM-like an XCOM-like Transformers game? Hell
In
yeah!
addition to presenting a similar level of challenge as the aforementioned franchises, Transformers Battlegrounds also sports a local multiplayer so you and your friends can test your wits against each other. This game's a lot of fun. I wish it got a bit more attention than it actually did.
For what console?
Next time, Bumblebee.
For what console is this?
Transformers, Autobots, and Decepticons.
2007? Sorry.
Let's get one thing straight. Transformers the game, you know, the game based on the 2007 movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a train wreck.
Duh.
DS counterparts are where you wanted to go, and they were released separately
Wow,
as Transformers Autobots.
I've
and
heard
Transformers
it,
Decepticons.
but it's always weird when
Autobot or
the
Decepticon
handheld is better than the console
and
releases.
Experience a story from either side's perspectives. But one of the coolest aspects here was its online multiplayer. There, you could take part in a completely separate campaign where Autobots players and Decepticons players competed and earned points
Man,
across
it's-
various challenges.
Times like
Taking part
these,
in these challenges,
when I learn about these kind of games, it upsets me how Nintendo hadn't made a DS player for the Wii, or in this case, the Switch. Well, something like that. Come on, or better yet, the Wii U. That would have been perfect, actually. Like they had the Game Boy player for the GameCube, a DS or a 3DS player for the Wii U. That would have worked perfectly.
you could earn tokens to unlock other characters and even cheats to use in the offline campaign.
Yay,
It's a
cheats.
package for a handheld game, especially when you're looking at the Nintendo DS.
Ah, bless the cheats.
Man, got a lot of bang for your buck on this one.
Gave his life for nothing. His
Ooh.
sacrifice will be your undoing.
Transformers
Devastation!
I've been itching for
I still love the final battle with Megatron. Servos and gyros and fuel! This is where life comes from! You're defending a byproduct at best!
Continued to be one of the handful of games to shine bright. Take control of
And
the
yeah, I
five
mean,
Autobots, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Sideswipe, Grimlock, and Wheeljack, and unleash insane combos in a vein remarkably similar to Bayonetta's combat.
Yeah, I mean, same crew, Platinum Studios. Yeah, that's the thing as well here with Megatron said. I can understand why he's be like that. He's wrong in the end, but yeah, it's like they came to be. The Transformers, Cybertronians, are one of the oldest species in the universe. They literally came into being like a couple 100,000 to just about 1,000,000 years after the Big Bang. They're silicon-based life forms. Which again, I've always wondered that in a crossover with Muv-Luv, would the beta recognize the Transformers as sentient creatures? Because the thing, the beta were made by aliens that were also silicon-based, and they only see silicon-based life forms as genuine, real, genuine organic, genuine beings, natural beings. So in that regard, I think the Transformers, they wouldn't try to harvest the Transformers. I don't know. I wouldn't want to see a crossover like that where it touches upon that.
On top of that, the G1 art style washed us with
Yeah,
the
the-
nostalgia,
uh,
that's borderline overwhelming.
I came here and I saw the Beast Wars Transformers. I didn't see the G1 until much later. I decided to check out a few episodes, and it does not hold up. It does not hold up. The movie is still good. But the series, I can appreciate the original G1 form, but you get a more serious story. But I have no problem with the new
We only
ones,
hope some
new
of you were able
forms.
to nab it before it was delisted from digital storefronts.
I got my physical copy.
I will not let you take victory away from me.
Transformers
Yes. Fall of Cybertron. This may as well be the apex. The only other game, there's a PS2 game, like I said, and then there's the Rise of the Dark Spark.
Fall of Cybertron feels much more scaled back in ambition, and yet it did no harm in the final outcome. Fall of Cybertron introduced a new format where each chapter gave players a new character with their own set of skills to play with. And this time, you didn't have just the usual Autobots.
I liked how here we see, like, first it's War for Cybertron, Megatron, and then actually being upgraded and such like that.
At every turn, you have thwarted my efforts to save this planet, to return it to its former glory.
Dinobots now rampaged their way into the storyline. Multiplayer, on the other hand, was just as fun as before, with the character
That's another thing as well. I know about the G1 continuity is that the Dinobots were made on Earth. Here, even though it takes clear, like, inspiration from the original continuity, it's not that. It's not really beholden to it, because the Dinobots here were made by Shockwave on Cybertron using, I guess, archival DNA. Because, yeah, like, the Ancients had been to Earth before, probably studied back 65 when dinosaurs were still roaming the Earth, and yeah, when the Transformers crash landed on Earth, and that all Decepticons, it was 4 million years until 1980s.
customization in different games.
So yeah.
To this day, Fall of Cybertron is one of those Transformers.
So yeah, even though this thing has strong G1 influence,
and yet
it's not technically in the G1.
Digital storefronts.
Ugh, I'm 2 times between Devastation and now this. It just goes to show that physical media, yeah, it's another struck against digital. Like, I will prefer having an actual physical disc here, because guess what? Nobody can delist that.
Transformers.
They're calling to other mini-cons.
Oh, yeah, there we are. Oh, wow. This is nostalgia.
We'll track it from HQ. Roll out.
Yes, Gary Chalk! Oh, Gary Chalk is Optimus Prime. I will always love Peter Cullen, but Gary Chalk, he did good role. I mean, he was Optimus Primal, and then they kept using him as Optimus Prime in other roles. He's good.
Regardless of whether you're a casual or hardcore Transformers fan, there simply has
I
not
still,
been
yeah.
an experience like this one.
Oh
Developed
boy,
by
yeah.
Atari for the PlayStation 2,
Atari!
Transformers was one of those extremely rare licensed games that was fantastic than most with its visuals, weapon variety, and frenetic action.
Yeah, you had all the original voice actors and everything from the show.
The polish and attention to detail in making the game fun shows that the development team were excited and cared about the IP. Why Hasbro hasn't called up Atari to have them migrate the game forward to modern hardware is an enigma,
please.
especially considering how many folks today...
And the final battle is Unicron!
Years and years and years ago.
Yes. I know I have my copy. I gotta find it. Hopefully I still got the disc. Bunch of my PS2 games were stolen.
Thanks for watching. If you
Alright, so yeah, this was... It clearly, in no real particular order here, they did start out with some... Actually, no, they didn't. But, yeah, so many good games, so many. And so many, like, games I'm surprised that, yeah, forget the console release, get the handheld. That was a lot better. Wow. Huh. I'm gonna have to do that. And I know there's a retro game store, so... Time to pay them a visit again. Alright, so everyone, tell me what you thought here. Obviously, this was the best Transformers game, so they're not gonna include like the Maximal Predacon Beast Wars game that I was talking about, that fighting game. I'll give this game credit here. Yeah, it had Transmetal Air Razor and Waspinator. I think it also had. Did it also have Transmetal Pterosaur? I don't think. No, I don't think. Did Pterosaur get Transmetal form in a toy? I don't think so. No. Oh well, so yeah, this was a nice trip. Oh, I feel like playing Devastation again. Oh, so everyone, tell me what you all thought about this video in the comments down below. How many of you knew about that Transformers VR game? Last year, I had no idea. it makes me actually want to get a VR, an actual like old school VR, like the original VR1. Please port that game over to VR2. Like, do the port. I really want to play that. Comment down below. Until then, this is Mecha-san logging out.